Let's get you updated on our grain trade, shall we? Let's dive into the corn with our quotes provided by none other than Bar Chart. Okay, here we go with the corn market right now. We are continuing with the bull spreading. The May contract 5.5 cents higher at 5.58 3/4. July up a nickel. We have new crop December a penny and a half lower though at 4.87 per bushel. In the soybeans, we now have the May contract trading 14 3/4 higher at 14.27 per bushel, and new crop November now 7.5 higher at 12.76. So they're still widening out that spread by about 7 cents in the soybeans. In the soybean meal right now, we have the May contract $1.30 higher at 407.60 per ton. In the soybean oil market, right now, the May contract is 159 points higher at 54.40 per hundredweight. Now to the wheat. Interesting dynamics in the wheat market today, where we have Chicago surging ahead. We have the July contract up 6 at 619.5. Kansas City wheat, though, is having a hard time keeping up. Look at this. July down 1/4 cent at 569.5. For whatever reason, they're picking on the Kansas City wheat today. Now, on the Minneapolis wheat, you have July currently 9 1/4 higher at 626. So a lot of spread trading apparently going on there. In the cotton market, we have July now trading 249 points higher at 81.67 cents per pound. December up 245 at 80.32. Well, let's go to the phone, and we have Ben Hushon on the line. He's with the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. What's going on there when it comes to the spring planting activity and associated business, Ben?
Good morning, Marlin. It's been a really good weather week since we talked last week. We had Thursday and Friday morning. We both woke up both mornings, heavy frost, 25 degrees. But both days got up in the 60s, and that's where we've been ever since. We have been basically rain-free, and oh my gosh, are farmers ready? I sent in some pictures, just a couple this morning for the viewers of wheat is starting to joint. A lot of it is starting to joint and be ready for palisade applications, getting ready for second application of nitrogen, etc. And I was shocked how far along the alfalfa fields were this morning too. You think we've had kind of a cool stretch, but in reality, Mother Nature says, nah, we're a little behind last year, but we're not too far off the norm.
You were mentioning that you're having some supply chain issues this year. Like what?
Well, I tell you, every year, growers and dealers and suppliers will talk about planning ahead, and it just seems to always work out. But I tell you what, anybody out there listening, and I've been told it's this way in a good bit of the country, it is serious in 2021. I've been doing this a long, long time. And I'll talk specifically about the Northeast because somebody somewhere else might disagree with me. But it's a train wreck from my view. We got vendors that have consolidated warehouses in the Northeast and in pretty much the East. We got freight companies that are, you can track product rolls in. They don't have enough drivers to get it back out. And then you got manufacturers. I had one this morning. There's a product that goes on wheat when it's real small, and there's been a flush of grass come in, and they don't have any product that's stuck on a barge or one of the materials to make it. And logistics are just I'm really, really, really encouraging folks. Start thinking now what you might put on the next trip on corn and soybeans. If we're telling farmers it's a 2-week lead time, and normally it's a 2-day lead time at most to get anything in. It's really, really going to be a challenging year to plan ahead.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you, Ben, for bringing that to everyone's attention. Ben Hushon of the mill in Whitehall, Maryland with us. We'll come back in a moment. I'll get you updated on our livestock trade next.